stuffed paratha. Hi, I'm Anupa and I welcome you to Sanjeev Kapoor Khazana and a warm welcome to a series of cooking for beginners. So now let's graduate to one level up. We have done rotis, we have done plain parathas and we have done puris. So now let's do a stuffed paratha. I'm sure you definitely want to know how to do a stuffed paratha in the simplest manner. So what do we need for stuffed paratha? Let's quickly run through the ingredients. I need whole wheat dough, some dry whole wheat flour, boiled and mashed potatoes, chopped onions, chopped fresh coriander leaves, salt to taste, cumin powder, chopped green chilies, red chili powder, chaat masala, coriander powder, oil. Okay, so to begin with, there are two very important things to a stuffed paratha. One is the dough and the other one is the stuffing. Dough is same as you would do for a roti or a paratha. So I have dough with me, whole wheat dough, which is quite soft, and after kneading the dough, I have kept it to rest for about 10 to 15 minutes. So while the dough is resting, I'll explain to you how we go ahead with the stuffing. Now the stuffing can be anything. Today I'm going to show you a very basic or a very popular paratha which is known as aloo ka paratha. In India, every household makes aloo ka paratha once a week at least. And if it's a Sunday, then Sunday breakfast is aloo ka paratha for sure in most of the Indian households. Well, aloo ka paratha is quite popular, but there are other parathas also which are quite frequently had. One is gobi ka paratha, the other one is paneer ka paratha, mooli ka paratha, palak ka paratha, methi ka paratha. Oh, and the list is just endless. What I'm going to show you right now is aloo paratha, and you can replace aloo with paneer, you can replace paneer with gobi. Once you know how to make aloo ka paratha, you will obviously know how to make paneer ka paratha, you will know how to make gobi ka paratha. So it's very simple. Basically get an idea of how to work with the stuffing in a dough. So for that, we'll first see how the stuffing should be. Okay, now in case of aloo ka paratha, remember one thing, that the aloo or the potato that we are using has to be boiled and mashed. But in this case, the potato should not be very moist from within. So if you were to boil the potato, try and do it in a pressure cooker or in a microwave. So if you're using it in a pressure cooker, don't put potatoes in too much water. What you could do is place the potatoes in a bowl and place the bowl in the pressure cooker. So the water is in the main pressure cooker bowl and there is no water in the bowl in which you have put the aloo or the potato. It's very simple so that the potato doesn't come in contact with direct water. Only with the steam that is generated in the pressure cooker, the potatoes will cook. About 4 to 5 whistles, the potatoes will be done. After that, you get them out and do not do anything to the potatoes till they cool down. It is very important because potato is quite starchy. And if you work with hot potatoes, if you overwork with them, they get quite sticky, and that is something which is not very manageable in a stuffed paratha. So let the potatoes come to room temperature, and after that you need to peel them and mash and use. It's actually not a very difficult process, just that if you were to make parathas in the morning, I would advise you to boil them one night earlier. So boil them, once it comes to room temperature, refrigerate. So whatever excess moisture is there on the potato will all get out and you'll have good dry potatoes, just perfect to make your parathas. So after we have boiled and mashed the potatoes, we'll take them in a bowl, to which we'll add some chopped onions. To this we'll add some fresh coriander leaves. I like lots of it, so I'll add everything. And we'll add some chopped green chilies and some red chili powder as well. We'll add some coriander powder and some chaat masala. For that tang, we'll add chaat masala, and we'll add some cumin powder here, some salt. Now remember, chaat masala is already added, so go a little low on salt. And after this mixture has to be mixed well. So with the back of the spoon, mix this well so that this also forms a dough. There has to be good amount of binding here, and with potato, that's not very difficult. Today, I am going to show you the simplest form of making a paratha, something which I would advise everyone to follow, whether you are a beginner or an expert. So let's see how do we go about. For one paratha, we will roll out 2 chapatis. So if you were to make paratha with so much dough, divide the dough into 2 parts like this. Okay, keep one aside. Use some dry flour and roll this into a chapati, but don't roll it very thin, keep it slightly thick. Yeah, like this. This is perfect, but don't use too much of flour also. Why? I'll tell you. If at all from any side it is a little thick, just thin it down. That's it. We'll keep this on a plate here. We'll take the other one, the other part of the dough. But before that, let's switch on the gas so that the tawa is hot before we put the paratha on it. And this also we have to roll out into a similar chapati or a roti. Put some dry flour, not too much, roll out again. Okay, so this is done. Now what you have to do is take a part of this stuffing and put it on this. Be as generous as possible. And after that, just spread this like this. Okay, after that, just place this chapati over it. Now whatever excess dough that you can see down, the lower chapati, fold this here. Like this. It's done, it's sealed well. Now all you have to do is take some dry flour here, some dry flour on top. I somehow don't like using too much of dry flour because while you roast the paratha, it tends to burn. Use as less as possible. And now very lightly roll this, very lightly. This is the goodness of a good dough. So if you have made a good dough and if you have rested it for a while, you will have a very nice and a clean paratha. Wherever you think it's a little uneven, roll it like this. This is done. You see this? Pick it up and pour it on the tawa. The tawa has to be hot. So now the first step is that you have to let the bottom get slightly roasted, not completely. So for that, if you need a flat spoon, keep that ready. Now use the flat spoon and flip this. It's still not cooked completely because this is how you have to cook it. Now once that you have turned the paratha, the bottom has to cook completely. So in the meanwhile, we'll take some oil and we'll apply it over the paratha. So be as generous as possible. You'll have some amazing parathas for your breakfast. So once you have applied oil over it, flip it again and just press it from the sides so that it gets cooked well. And now is the time to apply some oil on this side. And flip it once again. Lovely. And press this lightly. You see this? It's puffing, and wherever there is a gap, there's steam escaping. That's fine, that's natural. This is done. We'll get it out onto a plate. Aloo ka paratha is ready. Serve this with any pickle or just plain yogurt. You can have this for breakfast, you can have this for lunch. I can have it for all 3 meals. You decide how you want to serve this. Serve it piping hot and make this recipe just the way I have made it, and you'll be very proud of yourself.